Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. My name is Josh and I run the GPU Abuse channel, and today we are checking out something I am extremely excited to share with you guys. Today we are checking out the newest knife by Midnight Cat Studios, and she's modular. Alright, so I will be the first to admit that maybe I went a little bit crazy with this one. I was extremely excited when I seen it announced, and yeah, this is the latest and greatest from Midnight Cat Studios. The pronunciation is a little awkward for me, but the SHI, is that about right? SHI? Sure, I think. I could be wrong on that. I'm just gonna refer to it as the Midnight Cat modular knife. And as you can see, it kind of reminds me of a Benchmade 51 in a way, but only because these spacers, I think. I am really excited to share with you guys all the features of this knife. Put this to the side real quick because I want to show you everything that I got, because like I said, I might have went a little wild with this one. Maybe so wild that it came with not only one case, but 2 cases. So yeah, when I ordered this, there were so many parts and pieces that they actually shipped it in 2 different cases. By the way, both of these are very similar in design. I already got hair and stuff in it, so that's cool. Has a little mesh net on both sides, and you know, you could probably fit 2 or 3 Balisongs in there, but they both look the same. I have not only one bag of extra hardware, but 2 bags of extra hardware. Whatever I dropped, some of the extra sets of the spacers. I don't know if the material is any different of these. They might be. I don't know. A lot about this knife is kind of, you know, really different. And I got a trainer blade with hair on it already, and a live blade. Last but not least, actually it's not last, titanium handles. The ones that are currently on it are the aluminum, and this is last. An extra pocket clip and spring latch. I believe that's everything I got. Alright, we'll throw those to the side for now. So, going back to this knife, it is modular, meaning you have a lot of different ways that you can customize it. The spacers being one of them. You can move them up and down on the handles, or remove one altogether. I'll show you guys that. Pretty much when I got it, these handles were already put together. The only thing that wasn't attached was the blade, which took me a couple seconds to attach. I think it's worth noting that I purchased, when I purchased this, it shipped with blades first and handles second in 2 different packages. Whether that's normal or not, I can't say for sure. I think it's just because I picked up a lot of accessories. So, with that being said, it does have a spring latch, which is really cool. Works really nice. Has the pocket clip already installed. It does run off of bearings, and these are the aluminum handles. This is the stock configuration. If we look at the blade, it's really nice. Has the Midnight Cat Studios logo, and then on the other side, 14C28N. I believe some sort of stainless steel, if I'm not mistaken. And it's really lightweight. It says that the full length is 155 millimeters. The blade length is 105 millimeters. Handle length is 140 millimeters. Blade thickness is 3 millimeters. Blade material is 14C28N for the aluminum version and M390 for the titanium version. The weight of the aluminum version is 120 grams, and the titanium version is 138, which honestly, that's not too much of a difference. And both of them run off of KVT ball bearings. So with that out of the way, I was wondering, obviously if I can't do this I won't, but I was wondering, with all the extra parts, would I be able to make a second Balisong, so have this one and the titanium one. So that's what we're going to be attempting to do today. Obviously this is just a overview instead of an in-depth review, because I've only had this for a little while now. I pretty much got one as soon as they were announced, or as soon as they were available for the public. So these are the titanium handles, and you can see they got a little dip in on the other side there. So, and you know what? They have a nice little grippy texture on the side too, and it is actually really grippy. So I'm just gonna lay these out for a moment. One of the things that you might not have noticed right off the bat is, okay, so look at this blade, right? Study up, right? Look at that blade, and then look at this blade. Do you see the difference? Tang pins and Zen pins, isn't that wild? The handles are actually cupped in a way where you can have both styles. So Tang pin and Zen pin. That is a first for me. I've never seen a knife that has one or the other, let alone both. So I'm just gonna see if it will be possible to actually make a second knife with all these extra parts that I have. The packaging is really intense for a Ziploc bag, but it's all packaged really nicely. So you can actually see that these spacers have like a little indent in them, and that's just so the blade doesn't make contact with it ever. And then they literally just fit inside the little slot that I was talking about, and you can move these up and down and all around. So for most of the configurations that I've seen, there was always one on the bottom like that, and one on the top like that. But I mean, if you bought enough of the extras, you could do all sorts of different configurations. Maybe if you wanted to reduce some of the weight, just throw one down here and have a single spacer. But I think I am going to go with the traditional one right here, I'm thinking, and one down here. I think that's the way I'll probably do it. I apologize if I throw myself out of focus. This is not an autofocus camera, so there's that. And then I have this bag of extra, pretty much everything. These would be considered the body screws. See if I have a size that actually fits them. Okay, it appears to be a T6. It is extremely hot in my studio. Extremely hot, but I was just too excited to make this video. What can I say? Yeah, this lens that I have is manual focus only. That was really easy to install. If I wasn't shaky, I bet I could do it even faster. Whenever I'm doing any type of screwing in or unscrewing, mostly screwing in, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, I always go to the left, and then you'll actually feel, or sometimes even hear, a little click, and then that's when I'll twist right. And that's just so I don't cross thread any of the screws and hardware, because once you cross thread it, it makes it nearly impossible to get out, or it straight up just breaks off the head. So there's that. Alright, and then I guess I would just throw this on the other side. I don't think I'll assemble the latch on the titanium one because, you know, from a flipper's standpoint, do this. I'm kind of doing this as I go. I haven't prepared for this video at all. I literally just turned on the camera and here we are. So here's the pin, but I don't think we'll actually necessarily need this pin because we'll be doing, you know, this one right here. So I'm gonna actually see if we need the pin or not. I don't think we do. All right, then I'm just gonna screw these ones in too. This handle texture does feel like it could scratch really easy, but it does have like a little grip to it. See, did you guys hear the click that time? I would dump these all out, but I guarantee I'd lose one. Put in the top one. It's kind of cool that it only requires a single screw to hold in the spacers. It's actually really neat. Feels good too. All right, there's one. And I do intend to do a review video. I just really wanted to share this with you guys because, I mean, in my opinion, it's so cool that you can even do this. And it freaking works, you know what I mean? You don't have to worry about, you know, mismatching hardware and it adding tap and play. You know, there's Balisongs that I've owned in the past where if you mixed up anything, it would cause you to have some serious tap and play issues, which is, you know, in my opinion, unacceptable. So, I'm not gonna lie, that took a little bit longer to assemble than what I expected, but I was able to build a whole second knife. I think that that's incredible. Obviously, you know, I ordered all the accessories, but I didn't realize that I'd actually be able to build a second knife with all the extra accessories. So, here's the trainer blade too, but I think the concept of being able to switch from tang pins to Zen pins on the fly is like one of the coolest features that I never thought that I would need. But now that I have it, it's so cool. And these two knives definitely have a unique feel. There we go. So both of these knives have a different feel. Like this one feels a little bit more plastic-like, but I believe it's aluminum. And my hands are too shaky to do a balance test, but right about there. With this one, it's right about there. I'm sorry, I'm so shaky. Ay. So a few things that I would note when putting it together. You definitely want to make sure that you're using the proper handles. So, for instance, you must make sure that the bite handle sides are on the bite handle, because I tried doing it the opposite way and it would not allow me to screw it in. And yeah, that's something I definitely wish I would have known before piecing it together, because I literally only have 9 minutes left on my camera, and I started out with like 80, so it did take a little bit longer to assemble, but now that I know how, I could do it probably 5 minutes or less. Yeah, I mean, let's try to do some flipping in 9 minutes. So they do run off of bearings, so you can expect them to be pretty crazy smooth. With that being said, though, since I've had the aluminum version, I've actually gotten really used to it. It's very smooth, so I take a little bit more caution than what I used to, but you're definitely able to do all the tricks that you want to do. You just got to be extremely, extremely careful. I already got myself. Bearings are just crazy, crazy smooth. And that's not always a bad thing. Yeah, it's very smooth. The pocket clip definitely makes it good for a EDC. You know, if you're actually trying to do a little bit of work with it. You can 0G with it, but you know, you're definitely going to want to get used to it first. It's so dang smooth. Definitely comes sharp, ain't no doubt about that. Do a little twirl ladder for you guys. I think that's what this is called. Oh my lord. Wow, it actually stuck in my floor, like my carpeted floor like that. You can do aerials. It's just, like I said, it's a little on the spooky side. There we go. There we go. And yeah, I am bleeding quite a bit. That bad boy got me. Not really bad though. What's up with these Midnight Cat Studios and Maxace knives cutting the hell out of me? If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go to my Patrol video, my Maxace Patrol. You'll be like, oh, okay. That makes a little bit more sense. Yeah, I think both of these knives are extremely cool. I think it's really cool that you have the options of Zen pins versus Tang pins, that you can put a trainer blade on, and you can do all this like on the fly, which is incredibly, incredibly cool. Having the spring latch and the pocket clip makes it a great EDC. I'm bleeding all over the place. Titanium version, this thing feels really cool. It has a real good grip to it. I think I just gotta loosen the pivots up a little bit just to give it a little bit more freedom to swing. I only got 5 minutes left. I spent a lot of time putting that one together for some reason. Just to do a tap and play test for you. No tap. No tap. And play is very minimal. On bearings, that's pretty usual to have very little play. I think the only gripe that a lot of people are going to have is that it's really smooth, and that has its own learning curve. Other than that, I believe I got this off of Alibaba or AliExpress. I'll put the link in the description, just so you guys know. And I mean, I think both of these knives are extremely, extremely cool. And once you know the learning curves, you'll be able to flip it in no time. I think the weight distribution is really good, and overall, the modularity is so cool. So cool. I probably fast forwarded a lot in that video, but you're able to swap around the spacers wherever you want them. That's really cool. Change the handles. Zen pin and Tang pin, that blows my mind. That really does blow my mind. So with all that being said, man, she fit me good, man. I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the episode there. I really do appreciate you guys. If you have any questions regarding this knife, let me know, And be sure to follow me on Instagram at gpu.abuse. I post a lot of exclusive stuff there, and yeah, I'm glad that you guys are able to join me for this awesome product. And as always, I appreciate you, and I hope to see you next time. Adios.